Story short number 49. The job posting on caregivers.com read, Loving caregiver, wanted for long-term position. We have a special little girl and we need a special nanny. 1 to 2 years of experience required. Experience with strong-willed personalities, A+. Enjoy our luxurious gardens and well-maintained swimming pool. Weekends off. Generous compensation package and $1,000 signing bonus. Except for the part about strong-willed personalities, Grace thought the job sounded pretty great. 1 kid, gardens, pool, yes please. Her last job had been a 6-day-a-week nightmare for an ungrateful family with 4 obnoxious kids. If they weren't crying, they were screaming. If they weren't screaming, they were hitting one another. The parents were both lawyers, and any time she tried to suggest disciplining the children, they hinted they would sue her. Grace couldn't get out of there fast enough when her contract ended. She was thrilled when she was called for an interview. You must be Grace, the man said as he opened the door. Please come in. My wife and I are so glad you were interested in the job. I'm Jim, and this is my wife, Lori. It sounds like an amazing position, Grace said, sitting down on the sofa where the man pointed. We think our girl is pretty amazing, Lori said. Of course, we're probably biased. Grace laughed. Can you tell me a little bit about your daughter? Grace asked. How old is she? What are some of the developmental milestones she's working on? Penelope is 6 years old, Jim said. She's very smart, very energetic. She loves playing outside and swimming in the pool. 6, what a fun age, Grace said. Is she already in school or is she starting in the fall? School? Lori asked. Why would we send Penelope to school? Oh, Grace said. I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were planning to homeschool. Is that part of the long-term position? We aren't really worried about Penelope learning anything specific, Jim said. As long as she's having fun and worn out at the end of the day when we get home, that's all that matters. Honestly, we just don't have the energy to entertain her after working all day. We'd love it if she slept through dinner so we could enjoy a meal in peace once in a while without her whining and begging the whole time. Sure, Grace said uncomfortably. So does Penelope have any friends her own age? I think that having time with same-age peers is important. About that, Lori said. We think it's better to just keep Penelope at home. She has a hard time with groups, especially when they get rowdy. We can't take her anywhere because of the biting. Biting? Grace asked. And she's 6? I know, Jim rolled his eyes. You'd think she'd have outgrown that phase by now, but she just can't seem to understand that they aren't going to eat her food or play with her toys. I see, Grace said hesitantly. Well, it sounds like something we could work on together. Speaking of working on things, Lori said, do you have much experience with potty training? Penelope is still having accidents all over the house, and she doesn't seem to understand what to do no matter how many times we rub her nose in it and tell her no. I'm not sure that punishment is the most effective approach, Grace said uncomfortably. I prefer to use positive reinforcement. Is there anything that Penelope really likes that may be a good reward to offer her when she doesn't have an accident? See, Jim said to Lori, I told you she'd know more about this than we do. Grace, if you'd like the job, it's yours. Not a snowball's chance in hell I'm working for these nut jobs, Grace thought. That's a generous offer, she said aloud. I'd like to think about it for a day, if that's okay. Totally understandable, Jim said, showing Grace out. We'll be in touch. Nut jobs, Grace thought. What do you think? Lori asked after Grace drove away. She was a little bit intense, don't you think? Jim asked. Lori went to Penelope's crate and fed her a treat. I like her, Lori said. She takes her job seriously. Woof, Penelope agreed.